talent. Wiser to leave the verbal invention to the man who invented it. Quake, ye junior talents, ye mini busloads of would-be satirists, for behold, the master approacheth. In fact, here he is. It's Peter Cook. Thank you very much. Thank you. Peter, do you believe that women could be happy having a video date?
Well, in as much as anyone could be happy, yes. I was quite impressed with Jeff, actually. I thought he was a bit... he was a bit too raunchy for me with all that strawberry stuff. It was like that Tom Jones eating sequence, wasn't it? I thought he was pretty good. We only saw snatches of him, didn't we? And you can sort of fast-forward him, and... I imagine, actually, he may suffer from sort of premature ejection, because... but he seemed a very nice young man, very... He's very sincere, and... no, he was all right. Does he come in 3D?
Well, I think the idea is...
He was not too imaginative, was he, with his, his champagne and his... Did he have pâté there, was it?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was sort of sent in, but he was receptive to the questions. I think the idea is, can you imagine the women sitting there and actually talking to him?
Yeah. Yes, I can imagine them nestling up next door to the screen and touching him. I presume there are more hardcore versions if they want. You could get Jeff 2. The mayonnaise strikes back. He is naked in a little leather posing pouch and covered in mayonnaise in Jeff 2. And it's shocking.
How do you think Jeff would go down in New Zealand?
Well, the same way he goes down everywhere else. I'm not sure that they take to him. I was in New Zealand about 15 years ago, and I was brought up in Torquay, which I thought was pretty quiet, but compared to New Zealand, Torquay's Vegas. I mean...
But, you know, the farmers have got everything. Don't you think they look sort of wholesome and arty? And
very wholesome, probably more attractive than Jeff, actually. But we only saw the highlights, and we saw the final competition. Yeah, we didn't see the preliminary heats. Because the show goes on for about 50 weeks of the year while they whittle them down, and most of the questions are a bit easier in the heats, like, you know, how many legs does a sheep have? And what is the end byproduct of sheep? You're very close, but no, it's not cheese. And it's not an escort agency either.
Do you think that's for real? I mean, all that sort of slowness and nothing happening. Is there something else going on there we don't?
Well, I think it's a cover for a big drug operation. I mean, it's handily placed in the sea, and most of those farmers look as if they're on something. I think it's probably a major staging post for international narcotics. But I'm not going back.
You're not the kind of man...
Even if it is.
Because really you're not the kind of man who's happy down on the farm, are you?
No, I'm not fond of sheep, because they're very vicious. And like all really stupid animals, if you're really terrified of them, they run towards you. Why don't they just run away? You know, they're horrible. And they've got gigantic teeth, and they're vicious.
It's not just sheep you're not keen on. You're not keen on any animals, really, are you?
No, I think they're horrible, and David Attenborough has been showing us a whole lot that I didn't know about. And he always tries to make them seem nicer than they are, and they're really pretty beastly to each other, aren't they? I quite like lizards, because I used to collect lizards when I was a kid, but no other animals do I care for.
Well, not even Sir David had a lot to say for the sharks who eat the trainee albatrosses, because the albatross has to fly or the tiger shark gets it.
That's right, yes.
Which seems a sort of rather vicious arrangement.
David, I'm sure he'll come round to showing the merits of the shark at a later stage. I had a big argument with my wife because I said that was not the same albatross. This is a real pedantic point. One albatross, we saw 3 albatrosses get away, I think, and then one was seized by the tiger shark. A struggle ensued. The albatross started pecking it in a very, very bold and courageous way. And then we saw the shark give up. And then we went to a close-up of the shark, and the shark returned, and the albatross took off. Yeah. I think it was a different albatross. And nobody cares.
Well, it does raise a fascinating moral point, doesn't it? Suppose you're filming a sequence, like in the first episode, where the wasp, I think it plants its eggs in the caterpillar, doesn't it?
Yes, it doesn't even say please.
Yeah. And suppose you're filming the caterpillar and the wasp is approaching. Shouldn't the cameraman warn the caterpillar? So, you know, look, I've got very, very bad news for you.
I have a feeling the caterpillar is super glued to the leaf, and they probably spray the caterpillar with something which really attracts the wasp. I didn't like it at all. The babies come out from the mouth and the back and the side. And,